Hey y'all, I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Okay, like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please give my beautiful, wonderful, amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, so this is part 3 of the Divine Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, so this part is Ra. So let's get this overall energy. After I shuffled this deck, okay, this came to the bottom, okay, the portal of light. And it says, she glides on wings through time and space, which I felt was kind of interesting because I feel like it's kind of us getting right back to where we left off at. You know, you've broken through this illusion of time, and you have to break through the illusion of time and things like that, and then begin to work with Ra and other deities in order to get yourself to a more galactic vibration. Okay, so this is where we are. Okay, what's the overall energy? Okay, so it says proper burial for freedom. Okay, it says sacrifice to Osiris, Lord of the Dead. Okay, so let me see. I'm gonna have to look at the pages because I don't know what page that on. Okay, it's on page 130. I hope your flowers bloom. So it says, in order for life to flow and express itself, that which belongs to the world of death must be released. There is nothing to be gained and everything to be lost by trying to hold on to that which no longer serves us, which is better left to die. Though it takes great spiritual courage and trust to allow this to happen, Osiris, Lord of the Dead, guides you now to release that which no longer needs to be a part of your life so that you may be free, okay? In order to glide through this beautiful galaxy, okay, you must be free. You must kill off everything and anything that is weighing you down, okay? It says you need to see something through and let it go so that you are free from it. You may or may not be fully aware of what this is, but your energy field is somehow haunted by the past or drained by attachments that are no longer necessary for your growth, okay? This could be anything from a past relationship to dreams or visions that may have encouraged you in past times, but are not relevant for where you are going now. It might also be the spirit of a lost child or loved one, someone that has passed on or left your life, or the ghost of expectations unmet from past hopes and dreams. There is so much beauty and fullness waiting for you right now, beloved initiate. There is no need to further hold on to the past. Do not be scared. You are supported so utterly and completely in this deep healing release now, and all involved will benefit from the healing change. It is not abandoning what you have loved to give it a full and proper burial. It is, in fact, honoring and allowing what you are releasing to return to the pure love and light of the source. It is spiritual freedom for you and what you have released. What is the destiny to which all of life will eventually return? It takes great trust, but if you allow Osiris to help you, you will realize that in letting go, rebirth and growth is really possible. You may experience grief, anger. Okay. You may experience grief, anger, fear, freedom, and a sense of relief or a combination of these feelings as you move to let go and allow proper burial to take place. Do not be afraid of any of these feelings, for they will pass naturally when allowed to just flow. These feelings will actually fertilize new life and allow you to become more of who you are in truth. Trust that Osiris will love and protect that which is released into his care through the world of death. Death too becomes a new life. There is nothing to fear and everything to gain. Okay, so that's one of the biggest things in the Divine Guide to the Galaxy. Okay, you must learn to embrace the energies of death. Okay, to put a learn to put a healthy death to things is what Ra is talking about. Okay, in order to have this energy of life restored to you. Okay, it says priestess of the phoenix. Okay, you must let it all burn. Okay, this is what he's saying. Let it all burn in that energy of the sun. Like I was saying, he was talking about working with him in part 2. Okay, letting it all burn in order for you to get these beautiful wings and for you to just rise again or fly yourself up again. Okay, so in the movie, okay, at this point they hitchhiked, okay, from the earth, and they hitchhiked onto a Vulcan ship. Okay, but first, Mos Def tells Arthur, or I don't know his character name, but Mos Def tells Arthur, if it's a tough galaxy, if you want to survive, you got to know where your towel is. Okay. So when I looked up the towel, it said the need for self-care and rejuvenation. It says you may be seeking solace and a break from the stresses of daily life. The towel represents a desire for emotional and physical cleansing, as well as a need to dry off and move forward from past experiences. Okay. And then we got evidence of spirit. Okay, which talks about like the process of validation and authenticating and identicating spirit and creating more of a link with them, you know? So I feel like spirit really, like the more things that you release, the more things that you allow to die along this cosmic journey through the galaxy. Okay, the more you blend with spirit, but you must trust these divine nudges that are coming to you. You know, this is the reason why you're allowing things to die, in order to make more room for you to be able to even see spirit, or for them to even give you these little tips and tricks and things to become much lighter. Okay, you cannot do anything without your towel or the energy of self-care and rejuvenation. And the more you do it, the more evidence you get that spirit exists. Okay, the more you do it, the more you connect with your soul. Okay, what else? We got the masters of mediumship. Okay, but it came out in reverse. I feel like at this point in the journey, okay, in the journey of the divine galaxy, okay, like you're not yet a master, and that is okay. And even you have to allow the energy that you need to be a master like just die off. It's funny, but that is the very thing that makes you master that part of your life, when you're letting things die. Okay, and it also awakens your clairsentience and your psychic touch in a major way, just by replenishing your energy and loving on yourself, making sure you don't go anywhere without your towel, without being patient with yourself and loving yourself on a whole nother level. This is what helps you to, like I said, travel, lightly through the galaxy. Okay. So next thing was the Vogons. Okay, like I said, they hitchhiked onto the Vogan ship. Okay, then we got creative expression. This is so interesting. Okay, the Vogons did not have creative expression. You know, the Vogons, okay, much like our government, didn't really include how they felt about things. Okay, they just had all of these different rules. Okay, all of these like every time you wanted to change something on a Vogan ship, you had to put in all of these different orders and, you know, sign all of these different documents and things like that just to make something happen. They did not possess creative expression. And this is something that you really truly do possess when you are vibrating on a galactic level. And also he's saying all of this energy, the energy of you allowing things to die, and receiving this connection with spirit that you didn't really have before, is what awakens your creative expression or your fire. You have to let Ra burn everything away in order to like dig and find that creative expression underneath everything. Okay, truly linking with spirit and your spirit guides when you do that, you know. Because once I started painting, it was over. once I started painting, it was like, Spirit, please stop talking, okay? Like, they used to talk. Well, they still talk to me a lot, but now it's like I can really understand things more clearly, you know. And plus, I'm not being stubborn, you know. I'm not in that place where I'm not listening to them, you know. So he's saying that's also a very big thing on this divine guide. Understanding you are guided by divine guides, okay, on this divine guide, on this journey through the galaxy, okay? So you need to allow your divine guides to come in and work with you and help you to put a death to certain things, you know. So next, okay, when they get on the ship, he doesn't understand what the Vogons are saying, but Mos Def understands what the Vogons are saying. So he's just like, what? You know, he's just like, because when the Vogons talk, it hurts the humans, okay? So he puts a yellow fish in his ear, okay? The yellow fish, okay, or the solar plexus energy, okay, which also points to a clairaudience, okay? He puts this Babel fish, okay, which also refers to the Tower of Babel, where everyone started speaking a different language, okay? This is cute how he's doing this, okay? So because I break the notes down, but I don't know what they're going to say. Okay, look, or how it's going to come out when I'm channeling. So the Babel fish, okay, is a small yellow fish thing, is what I wrote. Okay, it feeds on brainwave energy, absorbing unconscious frequencies and excreting a matrix of conscious frequencies to the speech center of the brain, which enables you to understand anything said to you in any language. Okay. So, when you unlock your creative expression, then you start to hear on the cosmic journey. Okay. These are all things that you need. Okay. You need to have quiet. You need to unlock the clairsentience, okay, or your inner knowing, okay. You need your psychic touch and you need your creative expression when traveling through the galaxy. And also you need to be able to understand and clearly hear through whatever people are saying in their bullshit ass language. And you have this ability, okay. You have this ability to translate what people are saying, no matter what they're saying, okay? You know, if they're lying and all of these things, okay? When you begin to know your worth, you begin to really, truly clear up the way that you assess situations, okay? You become able to push through your insecurities and to attend to the details of what you're hearing and seeing more closely or more clearly, okay? What else for psychic touch and replenish your energy? Okay, we got go for it. Okay, and also it increases your like your passion. Okay, your motivation is the word I'm looking for. So next thing I wrote is resistance is useless. Okay, so resistance is useless. Okay, the more that you resist the death of these things in your life, the harder that you make your journey is, when eventually these things are going to die, because you're meant to be operating on a cosmic level as the beautiful starseed that you are. Okay, what is replenish your energy and creative expression? Okay, we got new moon in Cancer with relax, which is so funny because the next thing that I wrote is they turned into sofas. Okay, they did like some sort of hyper jump or something, and they turned into like a lot of different things. But the one thing that caught my attention the most was them turning into sofas or couches. Okay, it says see the bigger picture. Okay, so that also makes me think about they were turning into different things. Okay, they were shape shifting or going through different transformations during this space jump. Okay, so I feel like he's saying like this is what you pretty much do. You pretty much transform. You keep transforming into different energies until you become a sofa. Okay, the sofa comes to represent a settled life of permanence, safety, and comfort. Okay, so after you put a death to everything on this journey, then you can relax, you can unlock your creative energies, you have something that you feel passionate about and you want to just work on that thing, and you become a sofa, you become very comfortable and safe in your divine practice and with your divine guides. Okay, what's know your worth and assess the situation. We got the King of Wands. Okay, you become comfortable in whatever it is that you are going after professionally. Okay, or your divine profession becomes more clear to you, and your divine profession is important to you and your journey. Okay, or whatever way that you spread your light. Okay, that being able to focus on that lifts a lot of the burdens of you having to put a death to things, because he's bringing to my attention where I'm always saying that this is my sport. Okay, because in high school, um the parents used to say, like, find your kid a sport, find them something that they can do, some activity that they have, so that they're more busy, and they fall in love with that sport or whatever it is, and that becomes their focus, that becomes their motivation for keeping their grades up, that becomes their motivation for not doing things that they're not supposed to do, because now they have something more important, something that they don't want to lose. Okay, you come in from the cold when you find the way that you spread your love and you start having fun doing it. Okay, so next I wrote, if there's anything more important than my ego on this ship right now, I want it caught and no, if there's anything more important than my ego on this ship, I want it caught and shot right now. Okay, so your ego is very important to you, being divinely guided through the galaxy. Okay, your ego is actually something that you need. A lot of people talk about letting the ego die, but like he said, it is a death in to make room for a rebirth. Okay, so your ego gets burnt down, all of the negativity of your ego and all of the lower vibrational traits that are there get burned away, and your ego becomes something that works for you. Okay, let's attend to the details and go for it. It starts to become your motivation. Okay, your ego starts to tell you the best things that are right for you. Okay, we got the Devil. Okay, then we got the Page of Cups, and then we got the Three of Swords. Okay, and also it's like, when you burn away these energies of heartbreak, that happened to you when you were in a more immature place, or before you got to this place in your journey. Okay, on this part of, the galaxy journey or whatever. Okay, you have to, like, once you start healing this heartbreak, okay, and coming back from where you were, unchaining yourself, so to speak, you also unchain the ego, is what he is saying. Okay, I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, I don't want to be confusing, but your ego is very important. Okay, there's nothing more important than your ego on this journey, and that's kind of what people just don't tell you. They just be like, oh, don't be egotistical and the ego has to die and yada yada yada. And actually, so at this point in the movie, okay, let me just go back to that so I can make a little bit more sense too. Okay, so the president of space, okay, was actually on Earth. Okay, he was on Earth, and he was at the party that Arthur was at the night before. Okay, with Trisha McMillan, who is the main female character in the movie. Okay, the one that he like falls in love with. Okay, but they end up having to escape from the Vogan ship, and the president has this super stolen. He didn't stole the spaceship, and they're all like looking for him, trying to get the ship back, and he's out joyriding, visiting Earth, and partying and shit like that. And when the president talks, sometimes he's talking, or in his neck will pop up and another face pops out, and that face starts talking. Okay, that is his ego. Okay, so his ego, he has no control over it. It just pops out and it says whatever it wants. I think it was his ego that stole the spaceship in the first place. Okay, so on this spaceship that they end up hitchhiking a ride on to next with the president and Trisha McMillan, which is crazy because she was his neighbor and he just happens to find her in space. Okay, which is kind of divine counterpart energy, but we're not going to get into that. Okay, it said that there was a robot. Okay, the robot's name was Marvin. Okay, Marvin means a sea friend, or a lover of the sea, or beautiful sea. Okay, so when I looked up sea, okay, like SEA, it means the boundless span of life and the way one can get lost on the journey through life. Okay, so it's like really your ego is the thing that can be messed with, when it comes to magic and all of these different things, because there's so much being held in the ego, being filed, back in the subconscious, totally working on your energy and working without you, okay? And this is something you have to clear out and reprogram in order to be able to fly lightly through this galaxy, okay? The sea also represents abundance, fertility, dynamic forces, and unfathomable truth and wisdom. Because once you do this, once you do start to reprogram the ego and get the things that the ego are thinking out of the way, then you come into this amazing energy of unfathomable truth and wisdom, where you're getting all of these signs from everywhere, and these signs are actually making sense, and you can't believe the things that Spirit's telling you, and you're getting these beautiful results, okay? So the ship that they were on was called the Super Spaceship. And well, I wrote Super Spaceship called the Heart of Gold. Okay. So I looked up spaceship. And it talks about a desire for escape, okay? A desire for escape, exploration, or even innovation. And then we got the Two of Swords, okay? Because once you start to see things clearer, like once your ego, your ego is on board, okay? Because when you have questions about things or you get really curious all of a sudden, and you go and you do a lot of research, okay? You get very explorative, okay? You want to know a whole bunch of new things, okay? With the Three of Wands, that's like the first set of ships coming in for you, an expansion of your consciousness, because you put a death to all of these things that you don't necessarily need. And that is a very important step on this journey, okay? So, the other definition for a spaceship is a spiritual journey or the mastery of the unknown, okay? And remember, master mediumship was in reverse, okay? So you go on this, you go on the sea, okay? Or you master the water and you master the ego. And this is how you put yourself out. It's like, this is the moment where your thumb goes up and you're now trying to hitchhike a ride to the cosmic energy, okay? So it says, the number 2 is all I wrote, okay? So it says, 2 represents relationships, togetherness, harmony, and partnership, okay? When you reprogram the ego, you also come into more of the energy of oneness, okay? Now you're following your intuition and you're working on your emotional imbalances that you may have, okay? We got supremely feminine force, one that represents both grace and power, okay? Yeah, it says your words create worlds. Okay. So like I said, you come into this beautiful power where you understand the effect that your words have. Okay. This is a huge step, in being cosmic. Okay. Because you need that. You need the energy of oneness. You need to understand what kind of weight your words hold. You realize that you are extremely powerful, okay? You might even start meditating more and getting more into everything that is important, okay? And it's like the more you meditate, the more these things boil up. He's saying shadow work, okay? Shadow work is extremely important to this step of reprogramming the ego. Shadow work and affirmations and meditation are your best friends on this part of the journey, okay? So 2 also represents a supremely feminine force, one that represents both grace and power, okay? And so on the subject from earlier about your towel, okay, it's a tough galaxy. If you want to survive, you got to know where your towel is, okay? So self-care and rejuvenation is very important. And this is where that supreme feminine force comes in within you and starts to heal up and clean up everything that's going wrong. Once the ego gets reprogrammed, it becomes a part of your masculine side, and that's the side that pushes you forward in business, okay? Yeah, it says you will only see the way by making the way after that, because now you have unlocked your manifestation powers, okay? So next I wrote, all doors are programmed to have a sunny and cheerful disposition, okay? So all of the doors on the Heart of Gold, the ship, were programmed to have a sunny and cheerful disposition, okay? So programmed, okay, it means provide a computer or machine with coded instructions for the automatic performance of a task. Okay. And then we got listen to yourself. Okay. Listen in stillness, you meet your true self. And then we got you are perfectly imperfect. I feel like once you start going within, okay, and reprogramming the ego, then you realize, okay, I'm this supercomputer. I'm made to automatically work the way that I work. You don't just come out of nowhere with these things. These are energies, these are thoughts, these are packets that your cosmic guides are downloading to you because you're getting closer and closer and closer to the vibration they need you to be on in order to speak through you, okay? Or, work through you in whatever way they work through you, okay? So the example for the program definition, it is a simple matter to program the computer to recognize such symbols, okay? And then program, the second definition said to arrange according to a plan or schedule, okay? So it says, thus one journeys to the stars, okay? So when you are healing and arranging and recoding and reprogramming your ego, you are actually right on schedule, okay? This is what you need to know about your journey through this galaxy. You are always right on schedule. You're never late. You're never off because, like we covered in part 1, time is an illusion. So being very accepting of going with the flow and being adaptive to the different situations and things that are being thrown at you, then you journey to the stars and you're on this higher vibration. The example is we learn how to program our own lives consciously, okay? So, disposition, okay? So a disposition is a person's inherent qualities of mind and character, okay? So in order to get through certain doors, okay, you have to awaken certain inherent qualities of your mind and character, okay, which we are going to cover in part 4 with the avians, okay? So the example said your sunny disposition has a way of rubbing off on those around you, okay? So you become this beacon of light. You become so contagious in your energies when you start to heal these things of the ego that are no longer there, okay? And then I wrote doorkeeper energy, okay? Because that's what it is, We have like cosmic doorkeepers and things like that, okay? We got the wild hunt. It says excitement, frenzy, and journey. This is also the part of the journey where you get more excited. You know what I mean? Like I was saying earlier, you get this new level of passion that you just really didn't have before. And this is how you know you're doing it right. Okay, we got healer and we got nourishment and nurture. Okay, all because you started to heal, nourish, and nurture the self. Okay, what else, Ra? Yeah, baby, you become this golden unicorn, okay? And you start to see your value and your worth, and others do too. And also you start to pull back from certain people. You start to protect your energy and you start to become your own guardian and champion in this realm. And that this activates certain ancestors and certain energies that are supposed to work with you at certain levels, okay? All right. What else about this? Higher heart activation, okay? It says dropping shields, divine love, and your heart is healed, okay? So this is how you get to this higher heart activation without the step of healing and reprogramming the ego and dropping the ways of thinking and the ways of being from your childish days and breaking the chains of things that are not important. You cannot reach a higher heart activation, and therefore you cannot reach the level of cosmic guidance or cosmic communication, okay? Or you are not, I don't know, it's like you're not authorized to receive the divine guide through the galaxy because you haven't done the work to get to a galactic vibration. Okay, thank you, Ra. Said, I don't know. Remind me not to say that to him, okay? We got the central sun, because I was saying that he put that yellow fish in his ear, okay? This is very important to you receiving abundance of downloads, okay? The regeneration, the success of the regeneration or the death process in this journey is so important, okay? So important to your downloads, to your confidence, to the way that you grow and everything, okay? Yeah, to the stellar gateway activation that we're pretty much talking about, when you step into your infinite potential and this manifestation vortex, this comes along with being entered into this galactic journey. You open up this manifestation vortex where you understand that everything is infinite and anything can happen and everything is possible, okay? Like a Shambhala initiation where you retreat from the world that you were in and you trust in the process, and therefore you attract this dharma to yourself, okay? What is the final thought on this part 3? I gotta stop rocking that chair because I got the diffuser right there. I changed my setup, so now I got to figure out where I'm going to put my damn diffuser. What's the final thought, my love? The Akashic Library, okay? In order to be properly, divinely guided through this galaxy, you must have access to your Akashic Records, which also has the number 2 on it, which we were just talking about, okay? With that beautiful, supremely feminine force, okay? One that represents both grace and power, okay? This is how you truly unlock your Akashic Records and get the information that you need to get. In your Akashic Records, you hold so many different cosmic downloads and light codes, not only for yourself to grow and heal, but for the growth and healing of others, okay? That's beautiful. All right. So it says, inside a great library, candles cast a glow upon the books. In the tall shelves, a sage sits thoughtfully with an open book on his table and a quill pen in hand. Sometimes this card can indicate writing or publishing a book for you, but this card can also symbolize a new initiation, an ability to manifest a new life in every way. You have moved deeper into the Akashic Records and to a higher self-awareness. Further investigation may be required, but you now have a better understanding of your old motives and new purposes. It says, it is also a time of heightened intuition as well as greater self-creation, okay? During this phase, all you have to do is add a little conscious effort to write your new records in the Akasha. To get started today, write one simple declaration about the future you wish to create and repeat it to yourself often. Then decide one thing you can do to make it happen and do it. Anything can happen now. The breadth of the landscape before you rests solely on the scope of your imagination and your will to own it, okay? Also, he's saying when you put a death to certain things in your life and in your ego and things like that, okay, you unlock, what was I saying? Okay, your will, okay? Your solar plexus center is the center of your will, okay? So when you remove everything, okay, get rid of all of those things, put a death to them, you also unlock your will center, and this is what makes you a more powerful manifester and also boosts your confidence and gives you more motivation, okay? So with that, I'm done, okay? I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day. I will see you on part 4. Bye-bye.